Hate it or love it, underdogs on top. I'm gonna shine, homie, till my heart stops. Anyways, that was my top song for 2022. Hate it or love it, 50 Cent in the game. How can you beat that? I played it over 100 times, and that's a little sad, but I also really am proud of myself. Um, so that's how my week was. Actually, no, it wasn't. I had a horrible week so far, but you know what? We're living, and it was a horrible week, but I'm thankful for it, all right? Thankful for it. And that's just how I'm coming. It was a horrible week because Monday, long day at work, and then immediately got a flat tire on the highway. Had to drive home on a flat. Woohoo! Had to go get it changed. Yoo-hoo. So yeah, dropping money on a car that doesn't work that well. And then Tuesday, next day, what else I have? Oh, I placed an order online along like 3 weeks ago. They got lost in transit. Woohoo! You know, just wanted to get a new pair of shoes for myself. My other ones are 3 years old and starting to hurt my feet. And yeah, and just a simple pair of shoes got lost in the mail. And then when I called, I had to do like a wild goose chase to track down where this package was. And then the audacity of this customer service employee to just go, dude, just get the refund. Okay, but you haven't been on the other side of the phone calls. Okay, you haven't been upset unnecessarily for more than 2 weeks. I just want to know that this package is actually a thing. I just want to know that it's a real tangible object. And I'm just getting told, dude, just take the refund. Yeah, okay. I probably will. I did. But you can't be ser- I need to be Sherlock Holmes apparently in order to find out where this thing went. They just told me it was lost. So, all right, that's fine. But yeah, that's how my week's been going so far. But you know what? I'm thankful for it. I'm thankful for it. you know, Like I said in an earlier episode, I don't remember what number it is. If you're a true fan, you can find it. You either let these moments upset you and let them get angry, let you go get angry at them, or they mold you. And right now, I'm kind of just laughing at them because hey, it's only me. It's just my luck. But yeah, that's my complaint for the week because I can do whatever I want on here, and yeah, you're subject to it. So you listened. It's not my fault. Anyways, welcome back to What Lights Your Fire. This is episode 7. Wow, we are almost at double dig, everybody. Every 7 of you. We are almost at double digits. And yeah, this is a motivational podcast trying and kind of just trying to inspire you throughout the week. Focus on one sort of theme, give you an example of how I'm going to focus on it and how I focused on it for the last week, and just kind of keep, each other accountable for remaining motivated and remaining focused on our goals and just having that drive, and that fire within us. So last week, I think, I was talking about the little things last week. I was talking about the little things and finding those little things that make you have joy in your life because then you seek them and you look forward to them and they help you stay motivated through the times you don't want to get through. And I tried to do that this week. Like I mentioned, at work was really busy, but um, each day I was doing something to exercise or just come home and just play Madden. That was what I wanted to do. I was just wanted to relax for a little bit, and that I look forward to those little things during my day, and they got me through the busy parts of my work shifts and stuff like that. So they helped me stay motivated. And honestly, at this point, I don't even remember the bad times as well as I do the little things. So that's how I focused on last week, and this week is one that's near and dear to my heart. It is the theme of this week. It's called Survive in Advance. And for any of my ESPN lovers out there, for any 30 for 30 watchers, you know what I'm talking about off the bat. Survive in Advance. But mostly I'm going to focus on the man behind Survive in Advance, Jim Valvano. And for anyone who doesn't know who Jim Valvano is, I'm laughing at you. Laugh it up. But you should know who he is. He's a good man, very inspirational in my life, but also, a lot of people's lives. He was a college basketball coach in the '80s, and then he went to be on a broadcaster. But he is most famous for the Jimmy V Foundation, which is a foundation for cancer research, because he was diagnosed and unfortunately passed away from cancer back in the 90s and had a very good attitude the whole time. That's what he's pretty much famous. He's famous for one speech, nationwide. He's famous for this like speech at the ESPYS, which is a sports awards show, and he was giving a speech about how even if cancer takes his body, he's not gonna give up. It can take. He said, I think he says it can take my mind, my body, but it'll never touch my heart and it'll never touch my soul. And that's the attitude I strive to have every day. Obviously, he had a much harder situation than I do, but you know, if that gives you a bit of an idea of who Jim Valvano is, um, I think it gave a little bit of exposition. But I want to talk about surviving and advancing, right? So that's the name of the 30 for 30 about the 1983 NC State Wolfpack. And go Pack, baby. Just kidding. I've never once watched an NC State athletic event besides this basketball game. And the reason is because they were a complete and utter underdog, right? And who doesn't love a good underdog story? And if you watch the 30 for 30, you know that they had a lot of hoops to jump to get to the championship game and ultimately win the championship game at the buzzer. And one of the most, if you can look it up, I'll probably link it in the description. Jim Valvano running around crazy after the game. He's like looks like a chicken with his head cut off. He doesn't know what to do with himself. Um, it's really funny, but it's also kind of a culmination of, hey, I survive and advance. And if I get to my ultimate end goal, I don't even know what I'm going to do with myself. But that's a different, thing. That's just kind of what it looks like in the video. But I want to talk about what he told his team and the attitude that he gave um, going into the NCAA tournament. And so he told his team, who was like, just barely got in, they had to win the ACC tournament in order to get into the NCAA tournament, which is like if whoever wins that automatically gets a seat. And they weren't, the highest ranked team, so they had to win. And ultimately, he sets his team down. He says, one game at a time, we're going to survive and advance. And each game that they played was like nail biting, like at the end, like barely making barely winning, pretty much for like 10 games in a row. And they ended up becoming like this national, almost like attention getter, because it was like, holy crap, these guys did it again. They must have a horseshoe somewhere, because they just keep winning. But I want to survive and advance. I got to find the clip, because the one thing from Jim Valvano that sticks with me the most, the one thing that he says is nothing in or about basketball. It's about, he's giving a pretty much like a motivational speech to people about how he won the championship, right? And he's talking to them about how he got there. And he's giving this kind of success equation to a bunch of people in a crowd. And what he says is, and I'm going to say it first, and I'm going to let him say it, because you can't get it from me, all right? You can't get this motivation from me. It's this man and his Italian accent and his, like kind of like that. But so we have him up. Imagine it, since this is not a video and I can't show it. He's up on the stage, right? He's gesticulating with his hands all over the place. He's going boom, boom, boom like this. And he's telling these people, he's talking about when he was a kid and he went to a basketball camp, and there was a guy talking to them. I think he talks in the video. I'll play it. And he says, and this guy looked over at us 16-year-olds in the audience, and he said, God must have loved ordinary people because he made so many of us. And he pauses, and then he goes, but every day, ordinary people do extraordinary things. Every day, ordinary people do extraordinary things. And let me tell you, I'm up and I'm out of my seat, and I'm feeling good and I'm feeling jive, because I'm an ordinary dude. I'm just every ordinary guy, I'm nothing special. But every day I have the chance to do extraordinary things. Not because of any super talent that I have, but because I have the opportunity to go do that. And extraordinary can mean whatever it wants to, whatever it wants to mean to each person, right? You can make something of what you want it to mean to you. To me, extraordinary is living to your full potential and striving to be that every single day. But it's really nothing like me saying it, so I'm gonna try and play it here. See if you guys can hear this. Give me one segundo here. But yeah, so Survive in Advance. If you can go find that on ESPN, or I think it might be on Disney Plus nowadays. Regardless of where you can find it, go watch because it is entertaining. It's funny, but it's also very inspiring. Here we go. Nope, never mind. Video ads. I love YouTube. Woohoo! But yeah, so it'll be playing in a second.
Right? I think everybody has to have a personal philosophy. 15 years old, I heard the Reverend Bob Richards speak. Remember him?
Bob
the
Richards.
Wheaties
There we
guy,
go.
the Kathleen pole vault
Champion
champion
of the
Olympics.
Olympics.
And this is what he said. Right? Gentleman said it before, but this is what I
Get
was
ready.
16.
Get ready for this.
Bob Richards looked over a group of these young kids at a basketball camp and said, "The Lord must have loved ordinary people because He made so many of us."
Ooh, chills. Ooh,
And here I
chills.
am, 16, thinking I'm special. And here's a man I respect said, "The Lord must have loved ordinary people. He made so many of us ordinary."
Okay, I'm
And I
ordinary.
was a little, you get a little down at 16 when someone's telling you that. And then he said the line that changed my life at
Changed my
16
life too.
that I felt then. I'm 41 years old. I've been working 21 years in my business, and I feel it the same way today. He said, every single day, in every walk of life, ordinary people do extraordinary things. Ordinary people accomplish extraordinary things. And I raised my hand. I'm applying for the job right now.
Oh, come on. I'm applying for the job right. You if you now I have energy. All right. Now I'm filled with it. I'm ready to go because I'm thinking about this right now. I love this. I love this line. I live by it. I used to listen to it every night before I went to sleep in high school because as a 16-year-old myself, I would think about this and I would go, what's in store for me in life? Like why should I even bother? And then I found this, documentary, and I found John Valvano as a person, and I look up to him now as a role model because he lived his life with this exact motto every single day, and it stuck with him. Obviously, it made an imprint on him. I wanted to make an imprint on me, and I have this memorized. This whole thing is minute 25 clip memorized, and I love it. But yeah, every day, ordinary people do extraordinary things, and that's what the motto is for this week: survive and advance. And um, I'm naming that the episode because I love the documentary and I feel like I gotta I gotta honor it somehow. But yeah, every day ordinary people do extraordinary things. You might feel very ordinary. You might feel like there's nothing special about you. But let me tell you, you are special and you have the ability to go do extraordinary things. And I know that for a fact, okay? I know that for a fact. Believe in yourself in that sense. You most certainly have it. Damn. Damn, I wish it wasn't so late because I would go run them. I don't even like running. I go run 3 miles right now. I feel it. I feel it in my bones. But yeah, I am. I'm gonna be thinking about that this week because I got a busy week ahead of me next week at work, and I really don't want to go. But you know what's extraordinary about what I get to do? I get to do my best at the menial tasks that I get to go do, or the big tasks that I get to go do. I have responsibilities to go undertake. Not everyone does. I'm an ordinary guy, but I have an extraordinary opportunity, and that is every single day that I get to wake up, I get to go try something new that no one else has done. In that specific moment, no one else has done what I get to do. So I'm going to go use that attitude that this is an extraordinary thing. Even if it's pretty mundane, it's an extraordinary thing. So I challenge you this week. Think about the menial things, or not menial, that's kind of degrading to what, your tasks are. The average things that you do, right? Say that whatever you do on a daily basis that you think is almost meaningless. Think about it for a minute and really challenge yourself to think how extraordinary it is, right? You're blessed to be here another day. And if you have the opportunity to go do something like, maybe it's making lunch for your kids, or maybe it's reading a book at night, or even, if you have a really big responsibility role, you're a CEO or something, you have managing, property, managing a company, managing a team, whatever it is. you have challenges there and responsibilities that lie within. That's extraordinary. All right. You are absolutely extraordinary in that sense. You're an ordinary person, remember, but you most certainly can do extraordinary things. And oh man, I love that video. But yeah, I'm gonna link that in the description so you guys can go take a look. And I'm also gonna link his cancer foundation because obviously I'm like 95% confident that everyone knows someone who's been affected by cancer in some which way, and it's a disease that it breaks the heart. And I work with people who do cancer research, and it's very encouraging to watch people actually in the field do that and make advancements. And it's something that I feel that a human spirit can collectively agree on, that we want to end suffering with cancer, or at least diminish you know pain and advance recovery and all that good stuff. So I'll link that in the description as well. You obviously don't have to donate, but just go look at it, and look at what this man left behind. And I think that that is a very important thing to do. But yeah, so I'm really amped now. I'm gonna be thinking about that this week, and yeah, I encourage you guys to think like that this week. Remember, ordinary people can do extraordinary things every day, every single day. So I'm rooting for you. I'm proud of you. Keep working hard, and I'll see you at the top. But yeah, go give us a follow over on Instagram, the gram wide, if you want. Or let me look up the handle. I always forget. It is at WL Your Fire. And our email, if you want to send in episode suggestions, is another thing I have to look up because I don't have a good memory. What? It is WLYFire@gmail.com. Again, that is WLYFire@gmail.com. Limited time only. WLYFire@gmail.com. But yeah, you guys should send in suggestions, man. I want to do what other people want to do, not just me talking to myself. So, hoping to grow this account as much as I can, just reach as many people as I can. But even if I just reach one person, hell, that's a damn good job. So yeah, have a great week. I'll catch you next time, and you might be ordinary. You most certainly can do things that are extraordinary.